If you want to quickly search across the history of bills and resolutions from the Congressional Record bound volumes on HeinOnline, this lesson will illustrate the fastest and most effective way to do so. From the U.S. Congressional Documents Collection homepage, we'll click on the Additional Resources tab in the Browse options. Then we'll click on the History of Bills and Resolutions link. This generates a complete search for all the History of Bills and Resolutions sections within the Congressional Record bound volumes and returns them in the search results. The search results will default to sorting by volume date, with the most recent editions appearing first. You can also sort by relevance or title. Next, the left pane of the search results page will show the date facets, allowing you to easily narrow this list to a targeted date range. Let's say we'd like to know more about the history of the Paycheck Fairness Act. The purpose of the bill is to require employers to pay equal wages to men and women who perform substantially similar work. Several versions of this bill have been introduced in the House and the Senate, going all the way back to 1997. Here, let's try and find out more about what happened when the bill was introduced in 2009. We'll start by clicking the 2005 to 2010 date range facet on the left. That brings us down to 34 results. We could browse from here, but let's see if we can't narrow our search a bit more. We can search within the results by selecting the down arrow icon. Remember that we are looking for the version of the bill that was blocked by a filibuster in 2009. We know that version was S-182, so we'll enter that into the first field. We'll choose Text from the drop-down menu, select Congressional Record as the document type, and enter 2009 in the date range. This returns only one result: the History of Bills and Resolutions for Senate Bills from 2009. As always, you can turn directly to the page in the result to link to the page within the volume where the bill or resolution appears. There are many reasons why performing this type of search may be helpful, including finding out who sponsored the bill. This one was sponsored by then-Senator Hillary Clinton, along with several other co-sponsors. Let's try searching for the history of a bill when we don't know the bill number. We'll return to the U.S. Congressional Documents homepage and select the Additional Resources option. Again, we'll click the History of Bills and Resolutions link. This time around, let's say we know we'd like to look for the version of the Paycheck Fairness Act that was proposed in 2014 by Senator Barbara Mikulski. We'll start by clicking Advanced Search. Next, let's do a text field search for Paycheck Fairness Act. We'll also add a text field search for Mikulski, since she introduced the bill. We'll select Congressional Record as the document type and enter 2014 in the date range. This search yields almost 30 results, but we can see from the snippet provided that the first result looks relevant. Clicking on Turn to Page will take us to the Senate Congressional Record from September 15, 2014. On that date, the bill fell short of the votes needed to override yet another filibuster so that it could be put to a vote. We hope this makes it easier for you to search across the history of bills and resolutions.